Yes, I hope you are not sleeping. Okay. No? Great. Yes, success ratio is good enough that you can uh, earn for lifelong. Go ahead. Let's. Okay. So this anticipated trend is done. Now friends, whatever data we have collected, okay, so let's say what's the location of the zone, the lower time frame zones. I am completely talking about the lower time frame zones here. Right? So in the decision matrix, we will check that whether from the lower time frame demand zone or supply zone we can take the trade or not. Okay, so based on the location of the zone and based on the anticipated trend condition, we will decide as per the decision matrix that from where exactly we can take the trades. Okay, friends, understand, if at all, let's say if at all this decision matrix clears a particular zone, then we will take the step further from that zone only. Okay, breaking zone and everything we will see later on. Friends, first let's focus on the decision matrix. Okay, now let's say if at all the decision matrix clears a particular zone, then we will move ahead on the step 5 for that zone itself. We will not continue all the zones ahead. So let's say we are about to take a decision at the demand for the demand zone and the supply zone. If at all the decision matrix, let's say, doesn't pass the supply zone, then we will move forward only with that demand zone. We will not move forward with the supply zone that has not been passed at the decision matrix. Okay, this should be very clear, friends. So what we are doing is we are filtering out of these two zones. One zone will be, most probably one zone will be filtered here, or it might happen that both the zones get filtered here. Okay, so let's see, friends, what happens, what exactly decision matrix is. Now this you have to understand, friends, it's absolutely powerful. We combine the location, zone and trend to decide what action to take and when to take. Okay, so here at the decision matrix we will decide that what action we will be taking. So the action will be to take the trade or the action will be not to take the trade. Okay, so now friends, understand, suppose we will see also the trend, we will see also the decision matrix for the trade that we have already started planning. Okay, now suppose the area is retail. If the area is retail and we have a supply zone, so we want to take a decision for the supply zone, suppose, and the retail, the location is the retail area. It means what? If the supply zone is in the retail area, okay, and the trend condition is down, it means what? The trend is in our favor, the trend is down, it's in our favor. Okay, and the location is also in our favor. That's the best trade that we can have. Okay, so the trade action will be to take the short trade. Okay, but suppose the area is retail, the location is favorable, but the trend condition is sideways. Okay, then too, friends, we can take the short trade, because out of the trend and the location, one thing is in our favor. Okay, here the trend is not in our favor, but at least it is not against. It means we are about to take the short position here, so we will not take the short position at the with the uptrend. Okay, so understand, friends, if at all the trend condition is sideways and the location is favorable, then too we can take a short position. But if at all the trend is against us, the supply zone, we are about to take the decision at this supply zone whether to take the trade at this supply zone or not. So if the supply zone is located in retail area and the trend condition is uptrend, then only the experienced trader can take this trade. Okay, we are not supposed to, friends, take the trade here. Okay, because as of now you guys are not the experienced trader. Okay, we will discuss this about the later, maybe in the chart reading sessions, but not now. Okay, we will not see here. We are supposed to only take the trades these two. Okay, if at all the trend condition is down or sideways, but the location is retail, then yes, we can take the trade here. But suppose the location is fair price. Okay, so location is not in our favor, but at least it is also not against us. It means we are about to take the short position here, but the location at least is not the wholesale. Okay, so if the location is fair price and the trend is favorable to us, favorable means trend is down, and we are about to take the trade, the location is fair price and we are about to take the short trade because it's a supply zone and the trend is in our favor, downtrend, then we can take the trade. Okay, so understand friends, we are taking the trade only at these three conditions. It means here the downtrend, the trend is favorable, the location is favorable. Here the trend is not favorable, but the location is favorable. That's why we are taking the trade. And here the location is not favorable, but the trend is favorable. That's why we are taking a short trade here. Okay, and if at all the location is fair price and the trend is sideways, we will not take any action. If at all the location is fair price and the trend is up, we will not take any trade. Then if at all the location is wholesale, then we are not supposed to take the trade. But let's say the location is wholesale and the trend is favorable, then only the experienced trader will take trade here. You guys will not be taking the trade here as of now. Okay, first practice in these three friends, this is the utmost important. Okay, and obviously if the location is wholesale, sideways and uptrend, we are not supposed to take any trade. Okay, so this as of now you have to be clear with that friends. If the location is favorable, then you can take the trade in the downtrend and in the sideways. But if the location is fair price, then you can only take the trend in the downtrend. Okay, so here friends, with the downtrend you can take the trade in the retail and fair price area, but in the sideways trend you can only take the trend at the retail area. Okay, so this is very clear friends. This was about the supply zones. Okay, the short positions that we will take the short position only at these three criterias. Okay, then what about the long trades? Let's check about the long trades. In the long trades friends, let's say the location is wholesale. It means the location is favorable to us. Okay, it's absolutely with us. It means the location is wholesale and the trend is up clearly, then this is the best trade that we can ever get. Okay, because location is also favorable and trend is also favorable. Okay, so we can definitely take a long position here. And let's say if the trend condition is sideways but the location is favorable, then also we can take the long trade. Okay, and but if let's say the trend is down and the location is favorable, only the experienced trader will take the trade. You guys as of now are not supposed to take the trade here. Okay, and then let's say if at all the location is fair price, it's not favorable and neither against us, then we can only take the trend with the uptrend. We can only take the long trade with the uptrend. Okay, and if at all the trend is sideways and the area is also fair price, we will not take any trade. If the trend is down and the fair price, we will not take trade. In the retail area, downtrend and sideways, we will not take trade. And in the uptrend, only the experienced trader can take. You guys as of now are not supposed to take trade here. Okay, so this should be clear friends. Yes, so these trends are anticipated trends, not the normal trends friends. So whatever trend I tell here is these all trends are the anticipated trends. Okay, not the normal trends friends. Okay, so whatever anticipated trend we have identified in step 3, so based on that we are taking a decision here. Okay, so if at all the anticipated trend is let's say uptrend and we are supposed to take a long position, then we can do that in the fair price and in the wholesale area. Okay, but if at all the trend is not favorable to us, neither against us, it means it's sideways, it's not the downtrend but the sideways, then we can only take the long trade in the wholesale area. Okay, so in a nutshell, friends, you have to understand here is that with the trend we can take the trade, the short trade in the retail and fair price, and in the sideways we can only take the trade in retail area. With the trend and in the sideways trend also we can take the long trades only if the location will be wholesale, and we can take only in an uptrend if the location is fair price. That's it. Okay, so only these 6 type of trades we are supposed to take. Okay, so out of these 18 we will take only 6 type of trades. Okay, so if at all our condition is out of these 6 trades, 6 conditions, then only we will take the trade, then only that zone will be passed in the trend condition, okay, in the decision matrix, and then only we will move forward. Okay, so let's see now whatever trade we had decided. Okay, let me take that again here. Now this is what we had decided. Now here lower time frame supply zone, location is fair price and anticipated trend is down. Okay, location is fair price, this is my lower time frame supply zone. Okay, location, what is the location? Location is fair price and trend condition is down. What I can do here is I can take a short position. Okay, this is very clear, friends, right? So we can take a short position here, right? If at all there is a fair price and the trend condition is down. So let me, okay, there is a network issue. Let me change the connectivity. It's stable now. Okay, let's try this. I have changed the connectivity. No video. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, now it must be good. Fine now. Okay, so let me share the screen, friends. Here we had seen that the lower time frame supply zone, location is fair price, anticipated trend is down. So if the location is fair price and anticipated trend condition is down, so here clearly it says that we can take a short position here. Okay, so whatever trade we had planned, let me again share the screen. So here you can see clearly that we can take a short position. Okay, so what's the action here? Short position, it means short trade we can take here. Okay, and what about here? If the location is wholesale and anticipated trend is down. Okay, location, what is the location? Location is wholesale and anticipated trend condition is down. So only experienced trader can take the trades. We are not supposed to take the trade here. Okay, so here again no action. So here again I will type that there is a no action. Okay, so anticipated trend is down and action is no trade. Right? So understand, friends, at this demand zone we are not supposed to take the trade as per the decision matrix, but as per the decision matrix we can definitely take the trade from this supply zone. Okay, is this clear, friends? Is the decision matrix clear now? Okay, if the location remains same for both the zones, so let's say both the zones are in wholesale, So then too we will check in the decision matrix that from which zone we can take the trade. Okay, understood the logic? Yeah, we will tell you the logic as well. Okay, now so this was about the decision matrix. Now friends, let's move on to the probability enhancers. So let's move on to the probability enhancers now friends. Now once our demand zone is passed from the decision matrix by the decision matrix, then our next step will be to check for the probability enhancers. Okay, now what are these probability enhancers friends? I will guide you about that as well. Now in the example that we had already seen in the Nifty, in that example supply zone is passed by the decision matrix. It means what? At this supply zone we will check the quality of that supply zone. Okay, so what we will do here now is we will check the 7 probability enhancers. Okay, we will check the 7 probability enhancers. In each and every probability enhancers we will give the marks out of 2 marks. Okay, so it means we will get the marks out of 14. So if at all out of 14 there are minimum 11 marks, then only we will take the trade. It means the probability enhancers will sort the quality of that zone for us. Okay, we will not take the trade from all the zones friends. We will only take the trades from the quality level of zones. Okay, so how the quality of the zone will be decided? It will be decided as per the probability enhancer. Okay, don't worry friends, once you will be practiced trader, once you will experience all this practically on in live market, you will definitely become a practice trader. And later on I will also give you one 90-second methodology, okay, through which you can check all the rules within 90 seconds. Okay, but later on you just need 60 seconds or even 40 seconds to check all the rules. That much experienced you will be. I hardly take friends 40 to 60 seconds to identify whether I can take the trade from that zone or not. Okay, that much experienced you will be, right? So as of now, let's see now what's the probability enhancer. Now number 1, chart contain multiple supply and demand zones. So this we already know that yes, there are n number of zones on charts. Okay, so we do not trade all of them. That is obvious. We cannot trade all of them, and we should not do that. Okay, we should not take the trades from all the zones. We need to check the quality of those zones. Okay, obviously we can't take the trade from all the zones. So from which zone we will take the trades is the zone which is of a quality, of a good quality. Okay, now probability enhancers is an objective method to score any zone and check for its quality attributes. Okay, so this probability enhancer are the quality attributes that will exactly guide us that whether this particular zone is of a ultimate quality or not. Okay, whether we should take the trade from that zone or not. Okay, understand friends, this is world's number 1 strategy obviously, and this is the only strategy that can give you money for the lifelong. Okay, so absolutely focus friends, don't get panic with all these rules. Okay, I will guide you the entire process, and I will also help you in the practical things. We will also meet in the chart reading sessions, so everything will be clear. Only one thing you have to do is be strong with your mindset that you have to learn all these and you have to become a trader. Okay, this is the only strategy that will sustain for lifelong friends. Okay, and it will give you profits for lifelong, and this is the only strategy that will work in any market like anything. Okay, because friends, understand, institutions know that you guys trades on breakout strategies. Okay, that's why this is what is the real ultimate strategy. Now we look for a minimum score of 11 points, and any score less than 11 points we do not trade those levels. Okay, so whatever zone will have the score points of less than 11, we will not take the trade from that zone. Probability enhancers ensures that we are consistent in our assessments. This is the most powerful line that you will ever hear in your trading career, friends. Okay, probability enhancers ensures that we are consistent in our assessments. Friends, understand whatever let's say strategy you have or whatever trading setup you have, if at all you are earning a profit from that setup, so you must have the set of rules for this your particular strategy or setup, so that you can earn consistently and lifelong from this set of rules. So that is why this 7-step process is there, which gives us the set of rules based on which we can always identify the better quality zones and the better quality trades. Okay, so here probability enhancers ensures that we are consistent in our assessments. Okay, friends, just identifying a zone and taking the trade, you cannot earn consistently. Yes, few times you will get profits, few times you will make losses, but consistent profits if you want to make, so this is the entire process that you have to follow. So probability enhancers help us to be consistent in our trading. Okay, now this in turn leads to consistency in trading results. Okay, ultimately what is our intention? Our intention from the mindset, it should be clear that I am ready to give whatever it takes. I am ready to put my 110% efforts, but I want the consistent results. Okay, so your ultimate goal should be to have the consistency in your trading career. Okay, so that's why this tough strategy do you have to look. Okay, if points are less than 11, we will simply avoid that trade and we will look and identify the another opportunity. Okay, right? This in turn leads to consistency in trading results. Now, what are the probability enhancers? So let's check all the probability enhancers one by one. Okay, I'll zoom this slide. I know it's not possible to see that. Now, if at all, let's say if at all a particular probability enhancer is best. So if all these criteria are matching, okay, so then we will say that this is the best thing, and then we will give the 2 marks. If at all these conditions are matching, we will give the 2 marks. If at all these conditions are matching, we will give the 1 mark and we will say that it's a good thing. And if at all these conditions are matching, we will say that this is the poor probability enhancer and we will simply give 0 to that zone. Okay, now friends, understand, so we have now the 7 probability enhancers. Okay, so let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? The best will give us 2, the good will give us 1, and the poor will give 0. Okay, so understand now, friends. Let's say the first probability enhancers gives us 2 marks, the another gives us 2 marks, the third one gives us 1 mark, the fourth one gives us 2 marks, the fifth one also 2 marks, sixth one 1 mark suppose, and seventh one again 2 marks. Okay, so how many marks in totality? 12 marks out of 14. So we are good to go and we can take the trade. Okay, but friends, understand one thing here. Suppose probability enhancer 4. So let's say all the probability enhancers. So let's say it gives 2, 2, 2. Probability enhancer 4, let's say, gives the 0 mark. Okay, and all this 5, 6 and 7 also gives 2 mark. Okay, then too we will not take the trade. Okay, it means what, friends? The minimum score of each and every probability enhancer should be 1. Okay, and the totality should be more than or equal to 11. There should not be any probability enhancer of which the score is 0. If at all any probability enhancer score is 0, we will simply again not take the trade. Okay, this again you have to be clear, friends. If at all, whatever the markings total will be, if at all any of the probability enhancer arrives at the 0 marks, we will simply not take the trade from that zone. Okay, so what we are giving these markings? We are giving this marking to a particular zone. Okay, and if at all, as per, let's say, whatever, in whichever probability enhancer, if at all the score comes 0, we will simply not take the trade from that zone. Okay, so let's now understand each and every probability enhancer, friends. So number one is the freshness. Okay, number one is the freshness. Now what is this freshness? If at all the zone is absolutely fresh, then we will give them the 2 marks. Okay, and if the zone, the level is touched once, okay, it means the zone is not fresh, it has been marked, it has been tested just one time, okay, then we will give it the 1 mark. Okay, now you guys will say that, sir, we are not supposed to draw these zones itself. Yes, friends. So ideally in your trading career, you will never get 1 or 0 mark in this, because we are drawing only the fresh zones. But there is one challenge in this. I will guide you about this practically. Okay, so when in what conditions we might give the 1 mark as per probability in answer 1. Okay, so this as per the freshness probability in answer. In what conditions we might give the 1 mark, so that will be guided practically. As of now, you just have to understand that you most of the times, or in all the trades, you will get just 2 marks in the probability in answer 1. If the level is touched more than once, then obviously we are not supposed to take the trade from that. Okay, even if you have drawn such type of zones, then you will simply give them a 0 mark, and here it will be sorted that you are not supposed to take the trade here from that zone. Okay, because if the level is touched more than once, we are not supposed to take the trade there. Okay, so here the freshness, I mean exactly after the leg out, price should not come inside the zone. Okay, then reward zone. So probability in answer 2 is reward zone. Now how we will identify the reward zone? Okay, let me make it very clear, friends. Suppose this is the lower time frame supply zone. Okay, lower time frame supply zone, and this is the lower time frame demand zone. Demand zone of lower time frame. Okay, now how we will identify the reward to risk ratio? Friends, understand, suppose probability enhancers decision matrix has passed this zone. So who has passed? Decision matrix has passed this zone, and decision matrix has not passed the demand zone. Okay, so the example that we have seen in Nifty, so Nifty supply zone was passed, demand zone was not passed. Okay, now how we will see the reward to risk ratio is at this zone. So at this zone only we are checking the probability enhancers. Okay, so let's say freshness has 2 marks, and now reward to risk ratio we are about to give the marks. How we will check the reward to risk ratio is, suppose from this proximal line is my entry. This is the example. This is just suppose. Okay, so entry and stop loss we will discuss later on. But as of now, while checking the reward to risk ratio, you have to see, suppose that if at all I take the trade at this entry point, at this proximal line I take the entry, and my stop loss is at this distal line, and until this is my target. Okay, this is suppose, right? So suppose this is your entry, this is your stop loss, and this is your target, then what comes the reward to risk ratio? Okay, so from here this is my stop loss and this is target. Okay, so let's say reward to risk ratio comes 5.5 is to 1, suppose. Okay, so then how I will do the markings here? How I will place the marks here? So reward zone, if the RR is more than 5:1, it means the opposing lower time frame zone is far away, the 5 times from my zone, then this is the best thing, and I'll give the 2 marks. If at all the reward to risk ratio is not so much far, it means it's between 5 and 3, then I will give the 1 mark. And if at all the reward to risk ratio is less than 3, I'll simply give it 0 mark. Okay, so understand friends, if the lower time frame zones are absolutely near to each other, we will anyways not get trade. Okay, because there are high chances the price will go sideways. Okay, so understand, if RR is less than 3, then we will simply not take the trade there, we will give the 0 mark. Okay, then now the practically reward to risk ratio will be less than 3 if at all it shows 3:1, because we keep our entry just before the proximal line and we keep our stop loss just after the distal line. Okay, now strength, if the leg out is with a gap up or strong leg out with a nice follow through. Okay, friends, understand, I want to tell you one new point here. Okay, this is going to be ultimate powerful. Now suppose that here this is the drop candle, suppose this is the drop candle. Okay, and then let's say it's a base candle of any color, the base candle can be of any color, and then the price opens gap up and forms like this, suppose a green candle forms like this. Okay, now what is here friends, this is the invisible rally candle. Okay, now how this is the invisible rally candle, so this is my ideally, so let's say this is the green candle, so this is will be my opening price. Okay, so this is my invisible big rally candle. Okay, now what YouTubers or other people say here is that price comes to fill the gap. You must have listened that price comes to fill the gap. That's not the price, never come to fill a gap friends. Price is coming because this is a demand zone and price, let's say if at all it will come here, price will react from this demand zone. Okay, but what people will say, that the price is coming to fill the gap. It's not about the filling the gap. This is the demand zone. So if at all before the gap there is a base, it means there will be a zone. Okay, and from that zone price is reacting. Okay, not all the gaps are being filled friends, but if at all the price comes near the gap and there is a zone, if at all there is a zone, then price do reacts from this zone. Okay, so understand friends, we are absolutely a different traders from others. Amazing. Okay, so understand the logic, price doesn't come to fill a gap, but price reacts from actually the demand zone. Okay, and these gaps, this is a gap, right? These gaps are the strongest signals of the greatest imbalance in the price. Okay, if at all the price is creating a gap, it means there is a huge imbalance, and this is where we ideally take the trades. So at this huge imbalance, we identify the invisible candle, and with the help of this invisible candle, we have identified a zone here, and the price is reacting from this demand zone. Price is not reacting because of the gap, but it's reacting because of the demand zone. Okay, so from now onwards, you will never say that price comes to fill the gap, but price comes at the demand zone or at the supply zone and reacts from that zone. That's it. Okay, is this clear? Awesome. A lot clear. Okay, so let's now continue with the strength. Now, strength probability enhancer friends, it says that if leg out is with a gap, it means if at all the leg out is with a gap, that's the strongest imbalance on the price. So gaps indicates the strongest imbalance. Okay, so if at all the leg out is with a gap up or strong leg out with a nice follow through. So two conditions. If at all the price is with a gap up or the strong with a gap up and a strong leg out, or with a nice follow through. So let's say strong leg out with a nice follow through. Follow through here I mean, let's say this is the rally, okay, and this is the base candle, and this was also a rally candle, suppose. So it's a rally base rally. Okay, now if at all after this leg out there also forms a green candle, it means what? That here after the leg out there are also the prices moving in the same direction. Okay, so these candles are called the follow through candles. Okay, after the leg out, whatever the candles called, these candles are called the follow through candles. So if at all the follow through candles are also moving in the direction of a leg out, it means that becomes the strong strength zone. Okay, so strength will be again a subjective term. With the practice you will understand that to which strength you must give 2 marks or to which strength you must give 1 mark. Okay, and if after the leg out there is no follow through, so there is a leg out but there is no follow through, then you might give it 1 mark. And if the move out is sluggish, we are anyways not going to draw such type of zones in the lower time frame. Okay, in the lower time frame we are not going to draw the zones that has a sluggish leg out. Okay, if at all we have drawn it and here we consider that yes, it was a sluggish move, so we will simply give it a 0 mark and we will avoid this zone trade. We will reject this trade and we will not take the trade because the probability enhancer gave the 0 mark. Okay, so that was probability enhancer number 3. Now probability enhancer number 4. Okay, this is again very important, friends. The lower the price will remain in the base, the higher the chances that there will be the unfilled orders of an institution. Okay, so here it says the time spending. If there are 3 or less candles in the base, up to 3 candles in the base, then we can consider it as the best probability enhancer because the price remained in the base just for 3 or lesser candles. It means there are high chances that more unfilled orders of an institution can be. Okay, so it means we will give you 2 marks here, we will give a 2 marks here, or if at all there are 4 to 6 candles, so 4, 5 or 6, 4 to 6 candles in the base, then we will give it just 1 mark. And if at all there are more than 6 candles in the base, we will simply give the 0 mark. And anyways, we are not supposed to draw such type of zones because if at all the zone has more than 6 candles, that is not a zone itself. Okay, now next one is a zone achievement. Okay, this is very powerful, friends, and lots of people get confused at the zone achievement probability enhancer. Okay, let me tell you what is the zone achievement probability enhancer exactly mean. So let's say the price is moving like this. Let's say this is the this demand zone and this is the supply zone. Okay, so let's say current market price is here. Okay, this is the supply zone and this was the demand zone. Right now, because of this supply zone, if you can see clearly, because of this supply zone, after the leg out of this supply zone broke this demand zone. Okay, so ideally we had considered that price might go up from here. Okay, sorry, do I have undo? Yeah. Okay, so suppose we were considering that there are high chances that the price will go up from here, but it didn't came up because of this supply zone. Price broke this demand zone. Okay, it means whatever the buying orders could have been there, now they all got triggered and price simply violated the supply zone, the demand zone. Okay, price violated the demand zone. So it means what, friends? This supply zone violated this demand zone. Okay, it means this supply zone has an achievement. This supply zone has an achievement of violating this demand zone. It means this supply zone is of a good strength. Okay, this supply zone has a really great achievement that it has violated the demand zone. Okay, so then if at all it has violated opposing zone, we will give it 2 marks. Or there is one more condition. Suppose that the price is traveling like this. Okay, so let's say this is the demand zone. Okay, now understand, friends, what this demand zone had done. Now this is the pivot, just the immediate pivot here. Okay, now not the immediate pivot but the any pivot on the chart, suppose. Okay, so whatever, there is a pivot here. Okay, now pivot mean what, friends? Understand the reversal point. Okay, it means the U-turn on the chart. So let's say we were might be, let's say, thinking, yeah, lots of novice traders must be thinking here that the price will fall here. It means what, friends? Here could have been more number of selling orders. Here could have been more number of selling orders, but because of this demand zone, all these selling orders got eaten up and price traveled above this. Okay, simply it means that previously, let's say before this, okay, let me draw it again and let me show you. Okay, so let's say this is it. Okay, so let's say previously, now current market price is here and demand zone is in the formation. Now let's say the price reaches here. Okay, now as soon as the price reaches here, lots of novice traders have a thought process that price will reverse here. So lots of novice trader or even lots of call providers simply take a short trade here and they suggest a short trade here. It means lots of selling orders could have been here. Okay, but price simply moves out of this pivot. Okay, it means previously there was a pivot here, the resistance here, but now this resistance is no more. Why no more? Because this demand zone have broken this pivot. Okay, so once that any demand zones break the previous pivot or not the previous one, any pivot. Okay, so wherever the pivot will be, so let's say one pivot is here and another pivot could have been let's say above this or wherever, right? So if the price has broken any of the pivot, we can simply say that this demand zone has an achievement. Okay, so either a particular zone breaks the pivot or the opposing zone, then we say that that zone has an achievement. Okay, and if at all a zone has an achievement, we will simply give them directly 2 marks. Okay, if the zone has violated any opposing side means opposing zone or pivot. Okay, if at all the zone has violated any opposing side or pivot, it means the strength of the zone is really nice, that it has violated directly the opposite zone or the pivot as well. Okay, out of these both, anyone it has violated. So now we will say that this is the best thing. We will simply give them 2 marks. Okay, in this probability enhancer, friends, we have either 2 marks or directly 0 mark. Okay, if the zone hasn't violated any opposing side or pivot, we simply give them 0 mark. Okay, and we will simply not take the trade from where whatever the zone, whichever the zone has not any achievement, we will simply not take the trade from there. Okay, so understand, friends, try to identify the best quality zones which has directly an achievement. Okay, so this we will learn in the top down approach, or we will also learn in this thing in the 90 seconds approach. Okay, so then comes trend. Last two probability answers. If at all we are buying in an uptrend or we are selling in a downtrend, we will give the 2 marks. That's the best scenario. And if we are buying or selling in a sideways trend, we will give 1 marks. And if at all we are buying in a downtrend or selling in an uptrend, we will give it a simply 0 marks. Okay, so now friends, understand, we are anyways, decision matrix will not pass such type of zones, so we simply give it a 0 mark. Okay, and last one is when you are buying and the demand zone is located in wholesale, that is the best thing. And if at all we are selling and the supply zone is located in retail area, then that is the best thing. So we will simply give 2 marks. It means the location is absolutely in our favor. Okay, we will simply give 2 marks. But if the location is fair price, it means we are buying from a demand zone and that demand zone locates in the fair price, we will give 1 marks. And we are selling from the supply zone and that supply zone locates at the fair price, again we will give 1 mark. Okay, But if we are buying and the demand zone is located in retail, anyways the decision matrix will not pass that zone. We will give it 0 mark. Or when you are selling and the supply zone is located in wholesale area, anyways again the decision matrix will not pass that zone. But if at all we have selected and reached till here that zone will be cancelled and we will not take the trade here. We will simply give it 0 mark. Okay, so if in any of the probability enhancer, the marks come 0, we will simply not take trade from that zone. Okay, you must find it very difficult, but don't worry friends, the practice will make you a perfect one. Now let's see in the trades here, let's see how we will do the markings here. Okay, so let's do the probability enhancer marking at this zone. So this is the supply zone. We are anyways not going to take the trade here. So from this demand zone, we are not supposed to take the trade. Okay, so we will not give markings to this zone. We will only give markings to this zone, to the retail, to the supply zone. Okay, so let's give the markings to this supply zone as per the probability enhancer. Now number 1 probability enhancer is freshness. Okay, now what you will say about the freshness of this zone? Is this fresh? 75 minutes time frame. Is this zone fresh? Friends, let me see in the chat box. Yes, it's fresh. Okay, so what marks we will give here? Where it went? One second. Yeah, here it is. 75 minutes. Yeah, this one it is. Yeah, freshness. Okay, so freshness we will give 2 marks. Okay, the next probability enhancer is reward zone. Okay, so how many marks we will give for a reward zone here? Let's see. Now we will check the reward zone until this proximal line. Okay, so I will take a short position here. Suppose I take directly entry at proximal and my stop loss is at distal. Suppose straight away let's check this. If at all the price is at distal, the stop loss, and until this zone, what is my reward to risk ratio? It's 8. Okay, it means I will give the markings here of 2, because if the reward to risk ratio is more than 5, I will give it 2 marks. If it's between 3 and 5, I will give it just 1 mark. If at all it's less than 3, I will give it 0 marks. Okay, so RR, as per RR, again I'll give it 2 marks. Okay, then comes the strength. Now what is the strength here? Now can you see friends that here it's a leg out? Okay, a good leg out, and if you can see clearly price has traveled at least till here. Okay, this is the powerful leg out friends, right? The follow through is as well, follow through is also here. Okay, so we might give it 2, we might give it 1. Okay, so let's say if at all to be a conservative I give it 1 mark, suppose. Okay, so let's see this. If at all I give it 1 mark, what happens? Okay, then probability enhancer number 4 is the time. If at all at the base candles there are up to 3 candles, I will give it 2 marks. Okay, and if at all until the base candles are between 4 and 6, I'll give it 1 mark. Okay, so here the base candles are just 2. So as per the time probability enhancer, again I'll give it 2 marks, right? And then probability enhancer number 5 is zone achievement. Okay, now if you can see clearly, because of this supply zone, price has broken this pivot. Okay, it means price simply crossed this pivot. Okay, because of this supply zone. So we will say that this supply zone has an achievement, or if you can also see here that because of this supply zone, price has broken this demand zone as well. Okay, so we can simply say that yes, the zone has an achievement. Now how we will check the zone achievement friends? Now until the price doesn't come back to the zone. Until that, we will see if at all any pivot has been broken. Okay, so we will not say that only the leg out should break the pivot or the zone. The follow through can also, if at all it's breaking the pivot or the zone, we will consider it as a zone achievement. So here, as per the achievement probability enhancer as well, achievement probability enhancer, we will again give 2 marks. Okay, then we will see the trend. If the trend condition is favorable down, we will give 2 marks. If at all it's sideways, we will give just 1 mark. So the anticipated trend. Okay, so the here anticipated trend is clear. Let me delete this. Okay, here the anticipated trend is down and we are supposed to take the short position. It means in the trend also I'll give it 2 marks. Correct? And the last but not the least is the location. If at all the price is the zone is located in fair price, I'll give 1 marks. If the supply zone is located in retail, I'll give 2 marks. If the demand zone is located in wholesale, again I'll give it 2 marks. Okay, so here clearly trend condition, the location is fair price, so I'll give it 1 mark. Okay, so what's the total here? Total is 12 out of 14. Okay, so if the price, if the total scoring is 12 out of 14, it means we are good to take the short trade from this zone. Okay, so if I show you this, price has came inside this zone, I had taken this trade and you can see the reaction. Okay, so from here till here we got more than 2:1. So how we planned the entry, that also I will guide you. Okay, so this was the trade that I had taken, right? So is this everything clear now? Is the probability enhancer clear now, friends? Crystal clear? Crystal clear? Okay, so if at all the stock is at lifetime high, that's the next topic that we have. Okay, what if the stock is at lifetime high or lifetime low? So that also we will see. Okay, zone achievement need to re-understand, so that we will see practically. Yes, lots of people have confusion in the zone achievement. Yes, practice also you guys need a lot. Yes, I will share with you these PDFs, don't worry. Okay, so let's again take a break for 5-7 minutes, or shall we continue tomorrow? So it can happen that so today we finish with 3 hours, tomorrow also we can, tomorrow, okay, so very few are saying now, tomorrow, otherwise highly people are saying tomorrow, because these are very highly technical concepts, right? In the Hindi, we have covered till this. Yes, so till this only in the Hindi sessions we have covered. Okay, but we had also seen one more example of the lifetime high. So that also we will see tomorrow, friends. Don't worry, we will cover up by tomorrow as well. Okay. Sure. Need to absorb, correct, I can understand. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow, friends. Tomorrow we guys have session from 7 to 9. Okay, but I will try to make it a bit early so that we can cover whatever backlog today we have. PDF will be shared, don't worry. Sir, you have lot of knowledge. Thank you so much, friends. I hope now you are enjoying. So the level has ultimately reached now, and we are about to close 40 hours training now. So you can imagine what the next 10 hours can be. Parvez, that's not possible, but then too I will try. Not enjoying but a panic a bit. No need to panic, dear. मजा आ भी गयो. Good, Ravi. Ranjit, yes, I have beared so many losses in my initial 15 hours, 15 days, 15 months trading career. Need more practice? Yes, simple and enjoyable. That's good. Yes, you will get best from me, Santosh. Sure, I'll give you the recordings. Alvin, hold on. Don't get so much excited to take directly the trades. Yes, you will get the PDFs by tomorrow. So price is reacting from higher time frame demand zone. That we will see later on as an additional probability enhancer, Siddharth. Okay. Parvez, okay. Let's do it on Monday, Parvez. Unfilled and filled, I have already explained. Please check that recording. Yeah, earlier PDFs are there in Teachable. Yes, definitely, Rashmi, you can refer to the same PDFs. Sure, I will share with you the stock list as well. Logic of 3 time frames. So once we will finish all the 7-step process, then I will give you the entire logic of follow the footprints. Okay, each and every step, each and every process has altogether different logic to itself. Okay, so once we will finish all the 7-step process, we will see 1 or 2 examples, then I will share with you the logic. These kind of knowledge can't be found in any course. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's meet directly tomorrow, friends, at 7 p.m. or might be we prepone to 6:30 p.m. That's the different story. We'll decide. We will update you on the WhatsApp because half an hour concept we have to cover it. Okay, so goodbye, friends. Take care. Tomorrow we have the session. Then directly we will be having the session on Friday. Okay, so tomorrow and then directly Friday because I'll be out with my family for 4 days. Loving the app? That's good. Okay, so all the access has been done. No one is pending to give the access on app if at all is there. So you can simply WhatsApp us on our support number. Okay, goodbye, friends. Good night. Take care. Have a sound sleep and enjoy the sessions ahead as well. Thank you so much, Parvez. Goodbye, friends. Take care.